would like to read a poem or sign up, go to Mike and sign up and just come be cute with us. Don't be shy, so definitely go up with Mike and then just come read a poem. Next up, I have the honor of bringing to the stage the Santa Clara County Youth Poet Laureate. Sage Cobb is a disabled queer poet and writer. I have cerebral palsy, which affects my daily life. I use they, them pronouns and identify as queer. I love to swim, write, hang out with people, and listen to music. I've always been a writer. I used to write songs and short stories when I was younger. I stopped for a little bit, and it's one of my biggest regrets. I've been through some tough things in my life, and I wish I had writing to get myself through that. However, I'm happy and I came back to it and have stuck with it for the last year. I use poetry to express myself, whether I feel strongly about a political topic, I have some personal stuff I want to work through, or just have any big emotion. Poetry is my answer. So please clap it up for Sage.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for staying this long. I know it's kind of late. It's past my bedtime. But I'll do it for y'all.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm gonna read a couple poems. And the first one I wrote a little while ago, like over the summer. It's called Afraid of the Quiet, and it's about mental health. So, yes. I talked to my psychiatrist yesterday. He gave me 3 options for how to get better, none of which I really liked because they weren't magic fixes. I'm afraid of the quiet because that leaves me alone with my own mind. But I'm afraid of being busy because that tires me out. I'm afraid of talking because that requires vulnerability. But I'm afraid of staying silent because that never solves anything. I feel like nobody understands that I hate my own mind. I want to change, but getting better requires work, and I don't have the energy for that. I'm afraid of the future because I don't know a thing, but I'm afraid of the past because I know everything. I'm afraid of change because that requires work, but I'm afraid of staying the same because I don't like how it is. I'll try everything under the sun just to be 13 again, alone and afraid, vulnerable and exposed. It's exhausting in all the ways. I'm afraid of nothing because I know it'll be okay, but I'm afraid of everything because there's too many variables. I'm afraid of the quiet because that leaves me alone with my mind, but I'm afraid of being busy because that tires me out. I wasn't planning on reading that one tonight, but I only had 2 planned, and I was like, I don't think that's enough. So I decided to throw in that other one. Okay, so this one is a little bit longer. I wrote it for my creative writing class. I am a junior in high school now, and I am so honored to go to a school that offers a creative writing class. And each day we get prompts. And you don't have to follow the prompts, but I like like challenging myself as a writer because that's how you get better. You have to challenge yourself. So this was last Friday, I think not yesterday but the week before, and the prompt was something along the lines of write about perfection. So, and it was that because we were studying a chapter of I'm Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, and like often our prompts have to do with our readings. So this is my poem and it's called Break the Glass. I imagine perfection as a museum exhibit there in glass, untouchable by mankind. Maybe it's a flower field frozen in time, or a girl being pushed on a swing by her mother, stopped right at the top of her trajectory. But whatever perfection is it human life? Because stuff moves around and we're all imperfect. Take those flowers. Stop, they may look untouched by the world in their museum glass, but go into the real world. The bees and the wind and the farmer chopping them down all come into play. But if you can stop time, then it is perfection. Or that girl who knows that this is a perfect representation of her swing. Maybe the wind and making the path of the swing uneven, or maybe the mother's arms are getting tired. I don't yearn for perfection because that is to yearn for stillness, to yearn for that untouchable glass. I want to get my hands dirty in the dirt. I want to swing it all back. You know what I really want? I want to break the glass. Yes, the museum glass. I want to join the girl and the wind and the flowers and the mother, and I want to break the glass. I want us to break the glass and set the people held captive by perfection free. How am I doing on time?
You're doing great.
Alright, like 2 more?
How about 7?
8.
That might be,
9.
2 is fine.
that might be a little. Okay, so, wrong doc. I am not organized for this in any way. I am a junior in high school right now, and it's a lot. I'm doing a play, and I have all my poetry stuff, and I'm in like 2 AP classes. So forgive me if I'm a little all over the place. Okay, some context for this poem. As Yosimar mentioned in my bio, I am disabled. I have cerebral palsy, which if you don't know is a condition caused by brain damage before, during, or up to 2 years after birth. For me, what happened is the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck, and my heart stopped beating for 14 minutes. And yeah, I should not be alive right now, but I am. And so, and cerebral palsy affects my life in a lot of ways. The main one being like my body can be difficult and my speech is a little off. I have worked very hard to get to the point where I am today. I was reflecting this morning not this morning, this afternoon, in the shower. And if you had told me that I would be here when I was, even when I was 14, I would have been like, what the hell is a laureate? If you had explained it to me maybe when I was a little bit younger, I would be surprised that I was able to stand up here in front of a crowd and openly say that I have cerebral palsy. That's not something I could have done for a lot of time. And just to be able to say that is amazing. I don't even know how to describe it. Anyways, this poem doesn't have a name because I wrote it this morning. So, here we go. Oh, and it's a little vulnerable, but if you know me, you know all my poetry is a little vulnerable. We can cry together. Okay. Sometimes I wonder if I was supposed to make it to 16. I know that I wasn't supposed to survive that first week, but here I am, 16. I don't know if it's a question of life and death or identity. I know hate dies easier than love. I know love lives easier than hate. And then, I'm not saying that hate was me. I'm saying I hated when I should have loved. I wonder what that newborn felt, what that newborn who had to be shocked back to life felt, or if they even did. It was probably scary. It still is. Sometimes I wonder why I am a writer, if I was destined to be. I know at this point I hold on to that identity like the unpromised tomorrow will never come. As the newborn grew up into a disabled child, they never thought they'd make it to 16. I don't think they thought they'd meet their dad, or maybe they did, but they couldn't see themselves growing up. I don't believe in destiny. At least I don't want to, though I find it pointless to ponder. But I guess that's what I'm doing. If you think someone's name, someone's gender, someone's hatred, someone's identity, are they still the same person, or have they been replaced? I don't actually think the newborn or the disabled child made it to 16. Maybe some part of them still exist in the soul of someone out there. I don't want to believe in destiny because I don't want to believe that their deaths were always going to happen. That feels like a betrayal to them. I used to think I was a writer because I was born new. Maybe that newborn and the disabled child want to understand the intangible world, and the only way that is possible is through my words. So, yes, I was supposed to make it to 16, but I wasn't born as a newborn. I was born as a writer.
Yeah.
I feel like, as I was reading this, that I should have added the context of that I am trans. I'm not binary, I use pronouns. And that definitely factored into this. Okay, let's see. Sorry. Let's see what we want to do next. So like I said, here's a poem, a more uplifting poem. Kind of. It's me. We don't get uplifting over here. I have an older sibling. I actually have 3 older siblings and 1 younger sibling. But this one older sibling in particular is named Reed. And Reed also writes poetry. So one day we decided to exchange prompts. And the prompt that they gave me was, the prompt I gave them was write about an emotion as an object. And this is where the poem Bike comes from. I have read this before. I think at an open mic somewhere. My stepdad already heard it, but it's okay, he can deal with it. Bike. Life is like riding a bike, except I never actually learned how to ride a bike. But I have been told that you mustn't stop or slow down or you will fall. On my adaptive bike, more accurately a trike, you can stop, you can slow down, and you won't get hurt. I find it hard to navigate this ever-flowing, non-stop world because I need a break. But if I stop, I will fall. If I slow down, I will fall. My dad offered to teach me how to ride a bike, but it sounds too scary, and it's not something you learn at 16 years old. I'll try to fit in and exist as a normal person riding my normal bike, but I'll try and I'll fail. That's my set.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who came. Thank you for Mike and Yosimar and and Clara and everyone who set this up, and Rob, and Scorpiana. So just thank you, everyone.
You're awesome. Santa Clara County Youth Poet Laureate Sage Cobb.